Before we get into this story, if you've ever had someone betray your trust, twist your words, or try to embarrass you in front of others, you're going to feel this one. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around because this revenge story proves that sometimes the quietest response hits the hardest. All right, let's get into it. It all started with something so small that if you looked at it on paper, it shouldn't have caused any drama at all. A weekend trip. That's it. A few friends and I had been planning this trip for weeks, just a quick getaway. Nothing fancy, a cabin, some drinks, hiking, the usual. Everyone in the chat group was excited. People were sharing playlists for the drive, sending memes about who would get drunk first, arguing about snacks, normal stuff. But the night before we were supposed to leave, everything changed. My dad ended up in the hospital. It wasn't something I expected. It wasn't something I wanted to explain to 20 people in a chat room while sitting in a hospital waiting area. So I kept it simple. I typed one short message. "Hey guys, I can't make it this weekend. Family emergency." That was it. No drama, no details, just the truth. For a moment, the chat went quiet. And then she replied, "Sure." Just that one word, with the little trailing dots. You know the kind of message that already sounds sarcastic before you even finish reading it? But it didn't stop there. A minute later, another message popped up. Funny how there's always some big dramatic story when plans don't go your way. I remember staring at my phone, feeling that weird, sinking feeling in my stomach. Because this wasn't some random acquaintance. This was someone I considered a friend, someone I'd known since college, someone who had sat at my kitchen table, shared meals with my family, laughed with me over stupid things at 2 a.m., and now she was acting like I'd just invented some story for attention. At first, I thought maybe she was joking, but then the messages kept coming. "Oh, remember that time in college when you almost got scammed online? Or when you said your landlord was harassing you?" She started twisting old stories, reframing them, making them sound like exaggerated drama, like I was some kind of attention-seeking storyteller. And the worst part? People in the chat started reacting, not aggressively, not defending me, just those awkward little laughing emojis, the kind people send when they're uncomfortable but don't want to get involved. My hands were literally shaking while I typed my reply. I wrote something simple. "Hey, this isn't a joke. My dad's actually in the hospital." Before I even hit send, I felt nervous. And sure enough, the moment it appeared in the chat, she screenshotted it, then reposted it, with a comment underneath. "See what I mean? Always something huge." My stomach dropped. I tried to explain once more, but every sentence I wrote, she screenshotted. Every message reposted with some snarky remark. It turned into this weird public performance where anything I said just became more ammunition. After about 5 minutes of that, I realized something. This wasn't a conversation. It was a spectacle. And the more I participated, the worse it would get. So I stopped. I muted the chat. I put my phone down. And then, quietly, I took screenshots of the entire thing. Not to send to anyone, not to post online, just to keep. Because something in me said, don't react right now. Just remember. For the next few months, things were weird. We barely spoke. No apology, no follow-up message saying, "Hey, maybe I went too far." Nothing. Which honestly hurt more than the argument itself, because it told me something important. She didn't think she had done anything wrong. Eventually, the group chat returned to normal. Memes, weekend plans, inside jokes. But every time her name popped up, I felt that same tight knot in my chest. So I kept my distance. No drama, no confrontation, just distance. And honestly, life went on. Until last week. Out of nowhere, I got a DM from her. The notification popped up while I was eating lunch. I almost ignored it, but curiosity got the better of me, so I opened it. And immediately, something felt off. The tone was sweet, like overly sweet. The kind of message someone writes when they're trying very hard to sound friendly. "Hey, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well." I blinked at the screen. No mention of the argument, no acknowledgement of the past few months, just cheerful small talk. Then the next message appeared. "I'm applying for a job right now, and I listed you as a reference because we worked so well together on that project." And then the line that made me freeze. "I just need someone to confirm I'm reliable and honest." Honest. I stared at that word for a long time. Honest. The same person who publicly called me a liar, now asking me to vouch for her integrity. Part of me wanted to laugh. Another part wanted to ignore the message completely. But then I remembered those screenshots, the ones I never used, the ones I saved quietly. So I took a deep breath and typed back, "I'm not comfortable recommending someone who publicly questioned my integrity and never acknowledged it." That was it. No insults, no anger, just a simple boundary. Her response came almost instantly. "You're being dramatic." Then another message. "That was just chat drama." And finally, "You shouldn't hold grudges over small things." Small things. I actually leaned back in my chair when I read that, because suddenly the whole situation became crystal clear. To her, publicly calling someone manipulative and attention-seeking wasn't a big deal, but me remembering it, that was the problem. So I didn't argue, I didn't explain. Instead, I opened my photo gallery, scrolled back a few months, and found 2 screenshots, the exact messages where she called me manipulative, the ones where she mocked my family emergency. I sent them. No commentary, no extra words, just the images. Then I typed one final sentence. "I wish you luck with your application," and hit send. The chat bubble showed she was typing. Then it stopped. Then typing again. Then stopped. And finally, nothing. Just red. She never replied. No defense, no apology, no angry rant. Just silence. And honestly, that silence felt incredibly satisfying, because for the first time, I didn't have to defend myself. I didn't have to argue. Her own words did all the talking. Maybe it was petty. Maybe it wasn't the most mature response in the world. But after years of always being the bigger person, it felt good to finally draw a line. Not loudly, not dramatically, just calmly and fairly. Sometimes revenge isn't about destroying someone. If this story gave you that satisfying karma feeling, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments. Have you ever had someone who wronged you suddenly ask for your help later? And if you enjoy these kinds of Reddit revenge stories, stick around, because the next one might be even crazier.